Xiaomi 12T Pro looks gorgeous and performs in a way many flagships of 2022 wouldn't reach. Is it in its own league, and is it the best high-end smartphone to buy this year? Let's inspect. Yo, welcome, nice to meet you. Michael is my name, and I'm back with sharing about my opinion and key findings in regards to something Xiaomi have just dropped, the 12T series, with this being the 12T Pro in my hand, something I'm using as a daily driver for quite some time already. Now, the T line is usually the runner-ups to the traditional Xiaomi flagship line, considered to be the budget-friendlier edition with the bigger battery life. But this year, I believe this is about to change, because think about it. 200 megapixel camera, the monstrous 120-watt charging, and the best-in-class Android flagship-grade system on a chip, the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Plus Generation 1, so sounds like there's a lot to talk about. Going straight to the first reason why I think this is the best value flagship of the year, and you can see the camera, it's a 200 megapixel camera, and I'm not only going to talk about the key strengths, but also until the end of the video I'm going to show you all the disadvantages that I've discovered during testing, so stay tuned and you're going to learn everything important about the 12T Pro. Now, 200 megapixels sounds like crazy a lot. It's not a gimmick, that's the maximum resolution of this brand new image sensor by Samsung, and this happens to be the second phone on the market utilizing it, and by the looks of all the photos and videos I've done, it's pretty impressive. Xiaomi have announced 3 key focus areas about image clarity, about low light performance and the quick focus, but the truth is that whatever you try with this camera will work in a brilliant way. The size of the sensor is 1 by 1.22 inches, fairly large, and because of the high amount of pixels, Xiaomi utilize in-sensor double zoom technology, which produces photos without any quality degradation, similar to the new double zoom deployment with the latest iPhone Pro series. I believe the major strength, however, is the low light performance, because here we have 16 in 1 super pixel size. It means that the information out of 16 smaller pixels is grouped into one much larger 2.56 micrometers pixel, and this happens to be significantly bigger than what most other high-density sensors provide. Since in the past months Xiaomi have been mostly utilizing Sony image sensors for their flagships, I was a little skeptical about this one, but I have to admit, this might be the best mobile camera image sensor that we've seen recently, and the low light capabilities are unmatched. Both the photos and the videos are with great clarity, vibrant colors, maybe sharpness is sometimes a little too much, but this is the only remark I would have about the main camera. 4K 30 and 4K 60 frames per second performance has been stunning, and I've already used a lot of videos shot with this phone in some of the ongoing reviews. 8K video recording is also possible, and since here we have optical image stabilization, it looks rather good too. One of the newer nice options is the focus tracking feature. You choose an object and the AI automatically keeps focus, quite good when you shoot people, pets or anything else that tends to move. The camera setup on the back has 2 more image sensors. Ultra-wide shooter, which is just 8 megapixel but producing excellent quality in daytime. This camera is meant to help you when you want to give your shots a more dynamic look, similar to what an action camera would do. And also a macro camera, which I don't believe is of really great use, because as you can notice in the comparison, using the zoom feature on the main camera produces much nicer looking close-ups, but I guess it's here because of marketing purposes. Finally, we also have the very capable front camera. I say finally because on Xiaomi phones somehow the selfie camera was not among the best choices. It can now record full HD video up to 60 frames per second, no 4K though. Enough with all these photos and videos, and for your convenience I'm going to link some more samples in the description area right below. But generally for excellent performing camera, what you need is an excellent image sensor, you need bright optics and a lot of computing power. And in here with the 12T Pro, this happens to be delivered by Snapdragon 8 Plus Generation 1. This is the system on a chip used and has the processor, RAM, graphics, the AI engine and the connectivity modules. The better the SoC, the quicker the smartphone operation is gonna be. While based on the name, having a plus you may think is just a minor iteration over the predecessor released earlier this year, there actually are 3 major things that happened around the system on a chip which are quite significant. First of all, it is now manufactured by TSMC on their 4nm process, which is believed to be the most effective manufacturing process of this kind. Secondly, its major improvements are in the area of heat disposal and sustained performance. And thirdly, since now most phone makers have enough experience with the Snapdragons from the past 2 years, they include better, larger cooling systems, which result in less heat and therefore less performance degradation. Just for the record, this is a side-by-side comparison between Xiaomi 12 Pro and Xiaomi 12T Pro under heavy load, clearly showing that the 12T doesn't lose any of its performance due to throttling under heavy load. Converted into real-life scenarios, it means continuous gaming while the phone keeps its best all the time and ability to execute complex tasks no matter the conditions. As someone who has been using Xiaomi 12 Pro almost during the whole time as a daily driver, I can confirm that this summer it was quickly getting warm. This won't be the case with the 12T Pro because of all the reasons that I've mentioned so far, and on top of that, it means that it's gonna be consistently good about delivering great gaming experience. And paired with this gorgeous-looking AMOLED display with 120Hz refresh rate, it's true that's not a dedicated gaming smartphone, but it's good about it. Animations tuned to perfection, very responsive user interface, and this refresh rate, even the most hardware-intensive games are a pleasure to play. Speaking of the display, which is also among my top recommendations, they call it Crystal Res AMOLED DotDisplay, has 20:9 aspect ratio, 2712 by 1220 pixel resolution and maximum brightness of around 900 nits. Dolby Vision, HDR10+, Adaptive HDR, among the many decent characteristics you can discover about it. I enjoyed the colors calibration, which you can also tune according to your own taste. Oh, and unlike the T-series up until now, here's the fingerprint scanner. Yes, in-display fingerprint scanner, which is in my opinion much better choice than the integration inside the power button, like the predecessor. Top reason number 4 why I believe this smartphone offers unprecedented value is the battery endurance. First of all, the battery capacity has grown and it has 5000 mAh, which is more than the non-T edition. And secondly, there seem to be a lot of optimizations on the software level, bringing a lot better screen on time, because with this phone, I can go almost close to 2 days, and yes, it's very easy to go beyond day and a half. The best news, if you need to quickly recharge, it's gonna work and you can top the battery from 0 to full within around just 20 minutes. Because many people worry about battery degradation, it is a similar kind of charging that I also have had with 12 Pro, and didn't notice any battery issues over time. Xiaomi have applied numerous algorithms and technologies to preserve the longevity of the battery, despite these crazy fast intensive charging speeds. Many people underestimate the importance of fast charging, but every time I switch to another phone, I realize how much I miss this option. The last top strength, in my opinion, is the price. Costs significantly less than the iPhone 14 Pro, costs less than the iPhone 13 Pro, less than OnePlus 10 Pro, the Galaxy S22 Ultra and Plus, and even undercuts the Moto Edge 30 Ultra, which happens to use the same camera sensor. If you wonder what kind of drawbacks made it to the list, well, Xiaomi somehow continued to use USB 2 standard for file transfer. The display peak brightness is not as high as with some other competitive devices, no real telephoto camera, the front camera ain't record video in 4K, the back is plastic, and the phone doesn't support wireless charging. So here we are, in the end, thinking, analyzing, and if none of the items that you've seen in the list just a few seconds ago are crucial about your choice, maybe you've found the perfect 2022 Android smartphone flagship match. Or not. I've just shared all the reasons that I find its key strengths, and maybe you have your reasons to like this phone or not, and I would like to hear that in the comment section below the video. If you have some follow-up questions about performance or anything else you want me to try out, just let me know. I'll help as soon as I can. Thank you very much for watching this episode here, and stay tuned for more. I'm Michael, wishes for a fantastic day, and thank you for being part of this tech journey. See ya!